A man who dared to dream. Martin Luther King Jr. was a man who changed America. He was a preacher, he was an activist, he was a leader. King had a dream. He dreamed of a world where everyone was equal. He dreamed of a world without hate and segregation. King was born in Atlanta, Georgia. He grew up in a time when America was deeply divided. Black people faced discrimination and violence. King saw this injustice firsthand. He knew he had to do something. King's message was simple: love and non-violence. He believed in fighting for what was right, but he also believed in doing it peacefully. King inspired millions with his words and actions. He showed the world the power of peaceful protest. He proved that change is possible. King's legacy continues to inspire us today. He reminds us to fight for justice and equality for all. Seeds of activism: the early life of a leader. Martin Luther King Jr. was born into a world of segregation. He experienced racism and prejudice from a young age. These experiences deeply affected him. They shaped his worldview and ignited a passion for justice. King excelled in his studies. He attended Morehouse College, a historically black college. He then pursued further education at Crozer Theological Seminary and Boston University. These experiences broadened his understanding of theology, philosophy, and social justice. King's education was not limited to the classroom. His upbringing in the church played a pivotal role. His father was a pastor. King witnessed firsthand the power of faith and community organizing. The church became a training ground for his future leadership. Through his upbringing and education, King developed a strong moral compass. He was deeply troubled by the racial inequality he witnessed. He was inspired by the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi advocated for non-violent resistance. This philosophy resonated deeply with King. It would become the cornerstone of his approach to activism. Taking a stand from Montgomery to Washington. King's activism took center stage in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955. Rosa Parks, a black woman, refused to give up her seat on a bus to a white man. This act of defiance sparked the Montgomery bus boycott. King, a young pastor at the time, was thrust into a leadership role. The boycott lasted over a year. It was a testament to the power of peaceful protest. It also brought King to national attention. King's leadership extended beyond Montgomery. He co-founded the Southern Christian Leadership Conference in 1957. This organization became instrumental in organizing protests and demonstrations. They fought for equal rights across the American South. One of the most iconic moments of the civil rights movement was the March on Washington in 1963. King delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. This speech resonated with millions and became a defining moment in the fight for equality. And the power of nonviolence: King's enduring philosophy. Central to King's approach was his unwavering belief in nonviolence. He was deeply inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of satyagraha. This philosophy emphasizes truth, love, and nonviolent resistance. King understood that violence only begets more violence. He believed in confronting injustice with courage and dignity. He taught that nonviolence was not passive submission. It was an active force for change. King's speeches were powerful expressions of his philosophy. He eloquently articulated the moral imperative for equality. His words resonated with people from all walks of life. They awakened consciences and inspired action. "I Have a Dream" remains one of the most iconic speeches in history. It painted a vision of a society where people were judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. King's philosophy of nonviolence continues to inspire activists and reformers around the world.